Hello everybody, this is Bitcoin Macro, and on this video guys I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum and the ratio of Bitcoin versus Ethereum, because I want to give you guys a very important update on where I think we are right now and where the market could be heading next, giving you guys several different scenarios and why I think these certain things. So first of all, Bitcoin has been in this sort of triangle. At least this is a different triangle based on different exchanges, different prices. But now I'm going to start with the CME one, because currently it did open with a gap down and the price is falling lower. Now, to me, there is still some hope all the way down here, at least near 33.7k. But below that level, I do believe big trouble starts for Bitcoin. Maybe it does have a little bit of a bounce, but I don't really expect it to do much more. So if we want the price, or at least for the bulls, if bulls are expected to win, the price needs to come back up quickly and go much higher pretty soon. Otherwise, bears will be winning, there will be a lot of pressure on the price and the market will keep on falling. Now, of course, this is coming after a very big move, so this could even be seen as a flag or a triangle. So no matter how you see this, this could easily take the price all the way down to 24k, where this massive gap on CME also exists. And this is potentially one of the best targets that somebody can have on the bearish scenario. So if the market keeps on falling, then this is the first target, and then potentially the next one could be anywhere from 20k all the way down to 12k. Yes, you heard that right. The market is in a pretty bad state right now, so if the bulls are expected to win, again, we have to act very quickly. Now, if I just look at the normal chart, so far this could just be, guys, a typical trap like we had over here. And we've also seen that on the previous weekends, where it had a little dip lower and then we went higher. However, now the market is showing a lot more weakness than it did before, because the previous times we did see a pretty strong price action early on. So I don't know how much lower can the price go before, for example, it turns. Maybe we do have a little dip all the way down to 34.7.8 and then go higher. But again, if we start losing this level right here, I don't really believe that there is any way to be saved from this triangle. Like, this pattern will be complete. We had one trap over here, we got rejected over here, we got rejected over here. So I don't really know if there's any way to put this and give this a bullish tone if it doesn't really react now, because the triangle seems to be playing out. Potentially, if we want this to kind of be resolved and recover, we have to go up pretty quickly. And if we have a pattern like this, then yes, I'll be very bullish. But for now, the truth is that the trend is pointing lower, because it's pointing lower on short time frames and it's pointing down on higher time frames as well, across all time frames, regardless of where you're looking at the weekly, you're looking at the daily, or you're looking at the hourly chart. Okay, so it's not a good state right now. Now let's go into Ethereum, because at least Ethereum did look a little bit more bullish, and it still looks more bullish than Bitcoin. And this is, I don't think that it should be strange, because for reasons I'm going to explain, I'm going to give you guys the fundamental reasons why. But even Ethereum is in this little weird state where it's also kind of not in a proper downtrend. However, because we have tested this support several times, if that breaks, then this could turn into resistance and then it could fall much lower. Of course, maybe Ethereum holds a lot better than Bitcoin, but until I see it properly test this level, reclaim this support and then go higher, I'm a little bit cautious. Okay, because either we break this, because I do believe that another test of this support at 2,550 is going to be very damaging for Ethereum. I don't really believe it's going to hold, because we have this sort of head and shoulders pattern over here. Maybe you can call it whatever you want, but the truth is that we have been testing the same support over and over again. So if that breaks, and we've also broken that diagonal, and we're also forming a little downtrend again, then this could take us much lower. I don't know where this would stop, because of course Ethereum has way more support and it's much cleaner than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin looks very ugly, guys. It's below its 200-day moving average. It has tested its 300-day moving average. It has tested 31 to 28k several times, and whenever we have seen something like this in a bull market, it's usually over. You cannot test the same level again and again and not expect it to break. You can also not expect the price to be bullish when it's below the 200-day moving average and below, and has also tested the 300-day moving average. And whenever you have seen the 300-day moving average tested in a bull market, it ended very badly. Maybe this time is different, but until we see evidence for that, I will be very cautious, okay? Because for now, yes, Ethereum can come all the way up to this area at 32 to 33, maybe even 34k, but it has to happen pretty quickly, because it has tested the 2800, 2900 resistance several times. So the more times it has tested this, one more test, and in my opinion, it's going to break, because of course it will also reclaim this diagonal, so it's going to be looking much better. But again, it has to happen quickly, because even though Ethereum looks better than Bitcoin, if Bitcoin starts collapsing, forget about everything, okay? It's not going to be saved in any way. Of course, again, Ethereum has this nice support from its previous all-time high. It has had this support from those highs. Technically, it has been looking pretty decent actually. But if it doesn't hold and Bitcoin doesn't hold, I would be kind of bearish because again, even though the Ethereum BTC chart looks so freaking bullish, it looks so much more bullish than Bitcoin, guys. It's even going up while Bitcoin is going down. This is how bullish Ethereum is right now, at least against Bitcoin. I don't know if it's just a fake out or something like it, but for now, look at this. It has been testing this resistance for some time because it was support. Tested it many times, broke below. Once it started closing above it, testing it, then we broke above it, and now it keeps on going higher. And it also has that pretty nice trend which has held for some time. Okay, you can say it however you want, but it's still an uptrend. So Ethereum is in an uptrend versus Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin starts going lower and lower and lower, this will eventually break. Okay, I don't really expect Bitcoin to break 30k and Ethereum to keep on going higher. I do believe that's pretty much impossible, except because there is one scenario where there is a little bit of a turnaround here. There is a bit of a flip, because I do believe Tesla might be close to flipping its reserves from Bitcoin into Ethereum. We have seen Elon Musk make some pretty big comments on Ethereum, and we see him really like altcoins. He has been pushing for Dogecoin. Clearly they cannot buy Dogecoin for their reserves. I don't really believe Tesla would allow anything like it. It would be a very crazy move, although it would be a very profitable one for them, at least initially. But to me, Ethereum has a lot of things going for it. It has Ethereum 2.0 coming. It has EIP 1559. It has all the DeFi stuff on it. Plus, it has a leader, which also really matters, because all the people that follow Elon Musk could be also following Vitalik, because they like someone and they want somebody to lead the way. They want somebody to idolize. They are a bit cultish. I'm not saying everyone in Ethereum is cultish, but there are people who behave that way, and there is a big crossover with the people in Tesla, or the Tesla fans, and the people in Ethereum. At least that's my opinion, because Bitcoin is something different. It's something leaderless. It's something more chaotic. It's something more rigid. Whereas Ethereum is something that, if something bad happens, they can call Vitalik and be like, you have to do this, this, and this. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. And that's why Satoshi actually left. But for the price, and at least in the short term, this might be actually good. So I'm very bullish on Ethereum, and I'm more bullish on Ethereum than Bitcoin. But in the long term, I do believe that Ethereum, because it's a move fast and break things, that's its approach at least. That's a project that moves fast and it could break, then that's why I believe more in Bitcoin. But until then, I do believe Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin. I've talked about this many times before, because again, Ethereum has everything going for it. And even in terms of the price, we can really see that. And if Tesla buys Ethereum instead of Bitcoin, that could be a very, very big shift. And maybe that's why we see this kind of price action right here. Of course, Ethereum has had a very big base versus Bitcoin. It has been going up very nicely. Every time it has been building higher and higher and higher. And during this cycle, it has been doing it very, very slowly. And because it has also tested this resistance again, maybe once that breaks, this could be something like a head and shoulders pattern, a massive head and shoulders pattern, where we have this, then we have this as a head, and then we have the other shoulder over here. So we have a similar move, although it played much faster over here because we had that very, very big correction, although back then it played much, much more slowly. But it's the same price action on this, pretty much the same level, although this time around it bottomed a little higher. But it's still, we've had this massive inverse head and shoulders in the bottom, then we're forming another one. So essentially this is the reverse from the previous cycle. Essentially, Ethereum has been reversing all this move slowly. It's a more steady, it's a more gradual adoption. We have a lot more things going for Ethereum than Bitcoin, because Ethereum has been adding more liquidity than Bitcoin, and so on. So I don't know if that's going to happen now. I don't know if it is going to happen, but to me, Ethereum has very high chance of flipping Bitcoin. It would be about 100 to 110% for Ethereum to flip Bitcoin, and I do believe that at lower prices this can happen a lot more easily, and it will be actually a lot safer for Ethereum, because if the price of Ethereum is much, much higher, then it's a little bit problematic for Ethereum, because there are more risks the higher the price of Ethereum goes. So you can't really move fast and break things when you have, let's say, a $1 or $2 trillion network. Things start changing rapidly. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be aware that we might be in front of a very, very big correction here, of a bear market, of a very big dump. Although yes, there might be a chance the bear market might have already been over, but the weakness in Bitcoin might take down everything with it. Alts have been looking incredible. Like, we can just have a final look on the Bitcoin dominance, but it's just, alts are looking so bullish versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance keeps on dropping and dropping and dropping, but Bitcoin itself looks very, very ugly. And I don't know how will it turn around. If it happens to turn around very quickly, that will be a very bullish sign, both for Bitcoin and for altcoins. I'd still be looking more for altcoin longs than Bitcoin longs. Maybe you want to be looking at Ethereum BTC pairs, or in general altcoin versus Bitcoin pairs, so that you can capture those moves if you are finding some altcoins that you really, really like. And I'm sharing a lot of setups, guys, on TradingView, on Twitter and elsewhere. I've been giving you guys, especially on Telegram and Twitter, some quick updates, sharing a lot about this correction, just talking a little bit more about the conditions and what is going on. And I do believe that many people find it very, very useful. But also, please remember to like, subscribe and share the video. Please also leave a comment down below. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't like, tell me what you think about the market conditions right now, whether the price is going to go higher or lower, whether you're more bullish on Bitcoin or Ethereum for whatever reason. Because I always like to engage with people. I try to reply to as many comments as possible, and it makes it a lot more entertaining. So once again, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.